This ceremony first began in 2012. I'd like to take just a minute or so to talk to you about the medallion, what it is, and why we give it. So in 2012, the Morning News and Francis Marion University came together, and we decided that we wanted to begin a yearly tribute to recognize men and women across the PD region, men and women who made unique contributions to further the lives of other people in their communities and again across the region as a whole. Every year we've reached out and we've selected recipients who we felt would demonstrate the quality of commitment and service to this community that Francis Marion demonstrated a couple of centuries ago. And we think the Marion Medallion is the perfect mechanism to make those recognitions and bestow that honor. And by the way, let me just very briefly show you the medallion itself, which is struck out of bronze and just a stunningly beautiful representation of the general, or the general as we believed he looked. I'd like to begin this morning by recognizing the previous recipients of the Marion Medallion. If you're here, would you stand and let's hold our applause till all have been recognized, and then we will applaud at the end. 2012, Kathy Baxley, Henry Johnson, and Hayward King. 2013, Bill and Olive Timberlake and Ralph Porter. 2014, Henry Batty and Clyde Odom and Henry Brunson. 2015, John and Vicki Kirby and Paige Alexander and Deanna Strickland. 2016, Carlos Washington and Manna House. 2017, Rengie Armstrong, Carl Harmon, and Courtney Graham. 2018, Billy Powers and Help for Kids. 2019, Chuck McNeil, Parking Lot Ministry. 2020, Mayor Stephen Wakila and Alan Floyd. 2021, Allie Brooks and Hope Health. 2022, Jean Leatherman and Ellen Hamilton. Let's all give them a round of applause. Thanks for coming out and joining us today. And no, Ellen, it wasn't a mistake. Let's move on with the ceremony this morning. The Morning News and Matt Tranquil, the president of the Morning News, will recognize our first recipient. Matt?
So the first year I did this, Don Costner wrote my words. Don, remember that? Then last year, I think Chris helped, and this year I had no one to help, so I had to do it myself. I asked Dr. Carter to help me, and he said, Matt, I don't want you to speak my words, so no. So he no help there. But my name is Matt Tranquil, and I'm the president of the Florence Morning News. I'd like to thank everyone for being here today. I'd like to give special thanks to my friend, Dr. Fred Carter. Without his vision and can-do attitude, Francis Marion University, and I dare to say the PD region, would not be what it is today. The Marion Medallion is a partnership between the Florence Morning News and the university because of Dr. Carter. Let's all give Dr. Fred Carter a round of applause. I did not know Pat Gibson-Hye more before I called to make an appointment with her for what was to be the committee telling her that she was going to be recognized as a recipient of the Marion Medallion. It is tradition that we do not tell the winner until the meeting. Pat really wanted to know why I wanted to talk to her. Well, everybody wants to know why I'm going to talk to them, actually, but she was no different. I just told her that I just wanted to meet her, which was not a lie. Her husband, Kermit, was trying to get me to spill the reason for the meeting. Kermit and Pat agreed to the meeting, for Pat wanted to tell me about a few stories that she thought we might want to write about. More on those in a few minutes. After meeting Pat, I cannot stop thinking of what the world would be like if there were more people like her. A quote from Mother Teresa came to mind after I met Pat. "Spread love everywhere you go. Let no one ever come to you without leaving happier." Richard Gere once said, "What we all have in common is an appreciation of kindness and compassion. All the religions have this, love. We lean towards love." And finally, Dr. Martin Luther King said, "Life's most persistent and urgent question is, what are you doing for others?" Well, I do not think we have time to go over everything Pat has done for others, but let's just hit on a few. Pat had helped, whoops, you should turn your phone off before these, I forgot about that. Oh, somebody else, see, oh good, thank you. That makes me feel better. Pat has helped individuals and families get back to their feet. She has found temporary housing for people who have lost jobs and had other life-changing experiences, and founded Hearts for the Homeless, which provides tools to help homeless people get back on their feet. She's organized the East Florence Community Organization more than 25 years ago, and she's only 27 years old, so that's very impressive. She is co-founder of Alliance of Youth. She is a co-founder of the South Carolina Pecan Music and Food Festival and co-chairman of the Florence Christmas Parade. Pat has served on the Florence County School District 1 Board of Trustees for 11 years and represented District 2 on the Florence City Council for 6 years. She's also a member of the Housing Authority of the Florence Board of Commissioners for 6 years. She helped spearhead the community center at a park while creating youth programs around the area. Pat has started a nonprofit organization, Alliance for Youth, just to help young people. She started an amateur and athletic union basketball team to develop youth and keep them off the streets. And that's just a few things that Pat has done. And all the stories that she thought that maybe the newspaper would be interested in writing. Pat is currently partnering with the House of Hope Executive Director Brian Braddock to raise $1 million. So if you guys have any spare change on the way out, if you could just write a check to Pat, that would be great. Brian Braddock to raise $1 million to build a community resource building for the homeless. The building will be used as a day center, warming, cooling station, church, and emergency overflow shelter. It will include his or her restrooms and showers, a laundry area, free Wi-Fi, charging stations, lockers, a small kitchen, and storage. Now, for most of us, this would be enough. But no, she had a second thing she's working on also. The second story she told us about, to just try to keep her busy, because, you know, the first $1 million wouldn't keep her busy. She's planning a youth-led anti-gun violence rally in Florence later this year. Pat stated to the newspaper, and I quote, "There has been many Stop the Violent rallies in Florence led by adults. Children and teenagers aren't attending those rallies. An anti-violent rally led by teenagers will attract those age groups." End of quote. Pat urges everyone to get involved and improve their communities. She states people can help by volunteering at variety of organizations, seeing a need and filling it, or simply giving a smile, and kind words to someone walking down the street. And I've seen Pat a few times after I met her, and she's always smiling. She's smiling right now. She's saying, is he going to ever be done? She says, and I quote, "We need to show more love to people. If you're someone that needs help, help. If you see someone that needs help, help. If you can make one person smile a day, You've done your job for that day. Right now, my health is not good. I guess you know I have cancer, she says. I have to keep going because doing for others is what makes me happy and keeps me going. If I just sat at home and didn't try to do anything, I'd be very unhappy. And I think I wouldn't live that long, really. Well, if doing good makes you happy and live longer, Pat will live a very long life and will be very happy doing it. It is my honor to present to you Pat Gibson Moore, this year's Marion Medallion recipient. We'll get pictures later.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. And thank you for those kind words, even though I don't think some of them were true. No, really. I really enjoy helping others. I don't have to get an award to do that. I don't have to get a medallion. I don't have to, and no one has to tell me thank you. I do it because it's from the heart. Our community have needs. People have needs. And those needs can be met if we get out and work for them. That $1 million, yeah, if you have any spirit change, please leave it today. Because it's gonna take that much to build this facility, but we need it. I love people. I love all people. It doesn't matter who you are, where you came from, or what you've done, because we've all done things that we're not proud of. So let's make ourselves proud as well as others, and do unto others as you would have them do unto you. I really appreciate this award today, but I appreciate it more if we all would come together and smile and help one another. I know a lot of you here in this audience, and I think a lot about all of you. Before I go to bed at night, I say a prayer. Not just for me, not just for my friends and family, but for each and every person in this room. Because we all need prayer. We all need to know that there's someone out there that loves us. And I truly love each and every one of you. We have to show love to each other. Because if we don't, we won't get very far in life. So again, I thank you. I'm not gonna sit up here all day, stand here all day, but I really appreciate this. But it's not something that you had to do for me. You're doing it because you love me too. But again, I thank you. And if I can make one person smile a day, I've done my job. And I think you all smile in this room. Come on, let me have a big smile. All right, thanks everyone. Hope to see you soon.